Boruto episode 66 review. Now, this episode was a good episode in my opinion. It was really a lot slower than the last episode, seeing as how the last episode of Boruto was like top 5 in all of the Naruto series and franchise. So I have to give my applause to the animators, the writers, and everything like that. You could put your keyboards, you could put your mouses, you could put your pens and pencils down, because we know what you guys been through in the last couple of weeks. So in this episode, as I said, more of an informational video. You got to see Boruto try to apologize to a couple of people. You also got to see some stuff with Boruto. Sasuke and Sarada and Boruto also had a moment in this episode, which I'll talk about later. But the first thing I want to talk about is obviously the Urashiki thing. Now, Urashiki, in the last couple of seconds of the actual episode, was after the credits. Urashiki basically had a couple of words for Boruto. Now, a lot of people are actually wondering where Urashiki was, and I kind of thought in my head that Urashiki was not going to die in this arc, which is correct after all. You know, I like to take my props when I'm right. But still, he got the information that, hey, Naruto, Boruto, Sasuke, and the rest of the Kage won, and Boruto was pretty much a huge component in that fight. Now, the thing that Urashiki is mostly intrigued about is the fact that Boruto actually dealt the last blow. He now has the Karma Seal, and I'm pretty sure you guys all seen the Karma Seal. It's right here. He did show it when he took off the bandages, and I thought he'd put back on the bandages, but he didn't. So it's gonna be flaunted throughout all the next couple episodes. Now, again, Urashiki feels like Boruto is going to be the guy to be a problem, mainly because he has the Karma Seal. The Karma Seal does actually give you a huge boost, and not only that, Boruto does have the eye dojutsu. Now, I'm not completely sure if Urashiki knows completely why Tonetti was monitoring Boruto, but Urashiki did mention that Mr. Tonetti, he called him Mr. Tonetti, by the way. He said that Mr. Tonetti was actually monitoring Boruto, and of course, it is interesting for him because Boruto has an eye. Once he probably finds out that Boruto has an Otsutsuki level dojutsu, it's pretty much going to be over. Urashiki's probably going to be like, all right, now we have to actually kill this guy. So you've seen Urashiki basically contemplating like, hey, should I take preemptive measures now and just destroy Boruto, or should I just wait? Urashiki said either way is going to be interesting. So we know that Urashiki is pretty much extremely confident as of right now. I mean, of course, Boruto in the future is probably going to be extremely overpowered, and Urashiki himself knows that, which is prompting him to think about these preemptive measures. I'll definitely make a lot more videos about this. Of course, the review is not going to do it complete justice, but this is something that we have to look out for. Another question that we have to know is, how did Urashiki obtain this information? Does Urashiki have some sort of spy within the Kages, or does Urashiki have some sort of spy within everybody? You know, one thing that it could possibly be is Katasuke, because Katasuke was in fact put under a genjutsu by one of the members of the Kado organization, but it's still not confirmed if Urashiki and the Kado organization have anything in common, if they're pretty much exchanging information. That's pretty much just a theory, but Urashiki definitely did get the information that Boruto did deal the last blow and that Momoshiki is pretty much dead. So it's going to be interesting to figure out how Urashiki actually knows this. Now, off of that situation, there's a lot of other things that happened in this episode. One of the most important things that happened in this episode was Sasuke actually telling Boruto, like, hey, I seen what happened, and that was not normal. Now, a lot of people were actually asking the question like, hey, did Sasuke see this? Does Sasuke know what's going on? And I was telling everybody like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's seen it. Like, they obviously showing him with his Mangekyo Sharingan and his Rinnegan just activated, looking directly at Boruto. So in this episode, it's pretty much confirmed. Now, Sasuke is definitely going to be guiding Boruto throughout all of this, but he obviously can't guard him a lot, man, because Sasuke knows nothing about this. I feel like Sasuke is just going to be around to pretty much protect Boruto, be like one of his guardian angels or something like that. I have no idea, but I feel like one of the Sasuke's main goals as of right now is to find Urashiki, find what the hell he's up to, but also he's definitely going to try to keep an eye out for Boruto, mainly because Boruto is probably going to be one of the strongest guys in the village, which means that he's going to pretty much try to protect Boruto with like all of his life. Another thing that was cool about this episode was the moment between Boruto and Sarada. It was like really awesome. You got to see Boruto and Sarada basically communicate. I know people are going to try to say it's like a Borusara moment. I'm not completely sure if it was that. It might be that, more on the side of Sarada, because Boruto, he's just like really confused. I mean, Sarada, the only thing that she kept saying was like, hey, I want to be Hokage, but then she got extremely red when she found out that Boruto did not want to be Hokage. It could be because of the fact that Sarada understands that her dream is probably becoming a reality, mainly because one of the huge opponents that she had in becoming Hokage basically said, hey, I don't want to become Hokage, but I'm pretty sure she got extremely red. She started blushing. Another thing I want to talk about is the fact that Mitsuki and Orochimaru actually met in this episode. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff that went on in this episode, which is like amazing, but there were actually no action scenes. That's what I'm saying. I really like this episode. So we've seen Orochimaru basically come out, talk to Mitsuki about him turning into Sage Mode back when he did actually try to go save Boruto. Obviously that didn't work out because Urashiki snatched that chakra right out of him, but still he did turn into Sage mode. Now, I'm not completely sure how Orochimaru knows this. Orochimaru probably has some sort of chip embedded into Mitsuki to figure out these things. But one of the biggest things that we can get from this is the fact that Orochimaru, need be, he can actually leave his hideout. He can send a snake clone out. He could do anything. And also, because it's a snake clone, Orochimaru's actual body could still be in the cave where Yamato is actually protecting and watching Orochimaru. So he can actually sneak out from under Yamato's thumb, which is a very interesting part of the information that we did get in this episode. So let me know what you guys think about this episode. As I said, I really liked it. It really included a lot of information. We got to see Boruto and Sarada have a moment, Sasuke and Boruto talk, and not only that, we got to see a heartwarming scene between Naruto, Hinata, Himawari, and Boruto, and also the Urashiki thing. It was a very good episode overall. It did give us a lot of things that we wanted to see aesthetically wise, and I really liked it. But let me know what you guys think. What was your favorite part in this episode? It's been your boy Baara B, and we out.